Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Rico here, and today I'm bringing you some LA Noire gameplay on the PC. And I've never actually beaten this game, although I've played it before a long time ago. Back when this game came out. It came out around another game, but I got this game first, and I got it through GameFly. Because back then I was playing on console, so, you know, you didn't have to really... I mean, GameFly is the shit. I don't know how it is today, but back when I was GameFlying it, back in the early 2010s and shit like that, I was playing all of the games, and GameFly is just basically Netflix with video games. It's the shit if you have a console. But I GameFlyed this game, and the disc I got was defective. Basically, after you got to a certain point in the game wouldn't let you go any further. It was just a bug where it wouldn't load a mission. It would just automatically crash your PlayStation, and you couldn't go any further. So I was like, fuck this game. I sent it back, and you could tell them that it's defective, and they'll send you another copy. But I was just like, fuck this game. I'll just play whatever else was. There was another game that was coming out. I can't remember exactly what it was, but another game came out around this time. I think it might have been Uncharted or something like that. I cannot remember. But I just said, you know, fuck this game altogether. I'll just play it. I'll just go to the next game. The game was, I was enjoying the game when I was playing it, but it, you know, there was a bug, and I was just like, you know, fuck it. I'll just go to the next game. I don't feel like waiting 3 days for it to get there, and then waiting another 3 days for them to send it back, another copy. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just go to the whole nother game. So I'm playing this game on the PC, and this game's at 30 frames, which is one of the reasons why when I got my new PC and switched to the PC in general, I stayed away from this game because I'm like, 30 frames per second on PC? Disgusting. But the reason why it's like that is because they had a good reason. The facial scans and facial recognition on the game, they have this new facial animations, you know, which are crucial to the game to, you know, see if people are lying, and you interrogate people. Not in this gameplay, of course. I just wanted to just run around and kill people and enforce the law and shit like that. But in the regular, you know, when you're working a case, when you interrogate and question witnesses, you basically gotta look at their facial expressions to tell whether they're lying or not. But that is the reason why it's at 30 frames per second. But the game is not actually bad. You know, I think there's a difference between 30 frames per second on console and 30 frames per second on PC. I feel like there's a slight difference, although it's still at 30 frames per second, and it's not as smooth. The gameplay is not as smooth as you would like it. It's not stuttery like it is on consoles. I don't know if I'm tripping or there's something to it. I mean, it's 30 frames per second, which sucks, but it's not as irritating as I thought it would be. So I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really enjoying this guy. He's gone. He's out of here. And look how long it took me getting this fucking car. This guy, close the door. Start the car. My God. It took so long to get in this busted ass PT Cruiser. The suspect almost got away. But anyways, if you haven't played this game before, and they just made a remastered version for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, if I'm not mistaken, and on the shitty ass Nintendo Switch. Oh God, I wonder what that game looks like. Play this game. It really is good. I think there should have been a sequel. I think the Team Bondi developers actually got shut down, but I think that somebody in Rockstar should take up this game and make a sequel to this game, because it's actually really good. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm feeling like there might be some mob implications a little bit later on in the story as I follow along in the story. I'm not that far, but I just made it a homicide. I'm on the homicide team now, and it's getting very entertaining. It's getting really good. This game isn't boring. There's a lot of talking, but they level it out with plenty shooting. Because 9 times out of 10 at the end of the case, you gotta chase somebody down because they fucking like, I don't want to go to jail, and they run out at one case, this guy runs out of jail. It's like, I don't want to go to jail, and then we had to chase him down, shoot his car. His car flips over in an intersection, hits a cab, bounces off a bus, is on fire. Chaos. The game is really good, even though it's an older game and the graphics are, to say the least. At the time, the graphics were on point. The damage is actually really good. Car damage is like Grand Theft Auto 4's car damage, where if you like, you know, it isn't predetermined damage to where the damage never looks the same. Basically, you'll have dents that, you know, you cause. Like if I slam into the right side into a building or something, the damage will show that effect. It won't be the same thing as just a crinkled up hood every time you run into something or something like that. The story is very good. You can start to see, as I've been playing, right there's a good example of the damage. You see his trunk pops off and shit like that. But you can start to see how there's a main story tied in with each case you're working. So you're starting to see background characters, and they're starting to show you things. And I like the way that the story is developing so far. It's a slow burn. It's not too obvious, and you gotta pay attention. And that's why I like a good story. I like the setting, Los Angeles in the 40s. These bucket ass fucking slow ass cars suck, but it looks cool. And I like the music that plays in the game as well. The game is overall really fun. And if you haven't played this game and beat it before, I mean, it's a Rockstar game. They've rarely ever made a bad game. The game's been pretty much every game that they come out with, besides like shitty ass table tennis and a couple other games. Rockstar don't make a bad game. It's tough. It's tough for you to find a bad game they've ever made. But watch this shit right here. This guy comes out, he's drunk, he's pissed. Now watch how this shit plays out. Look at this shit. Watch, look. This guy pulls out a gun and shoots them both. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. This was just a regular case right here. Like a regular police call or whatever. But it was funny right here. I was trying to figure out if I could actually, instead of killing the guy, I tried to tackle him here in a minute. Because I wasn't sure he's trying to kill my partner right here. Right here, I'm pressing the A button to try to tackle him. And I realized you can't, so I have to shoot him. You can't actually do that. But in the regular cases, if you're chasing somebody down, you can actually tackle them instead of like killing them. So it's up to you how you want to do it, which I like that. I like more options in my game. But other than that, the game is really tremendous. Like I said, Rockstar don't make a bad game. You'd have to reach to find a bad game. And I'm gonna beat this game this time. I finally got past the part where the game broke on the PS3 version. So now everything I'm seeing from now, because I was pretty deep into, well, I really wasn't that deep in the story. I was probably about 2.5 hours into the story, which is like 3 or 4 cases, 5 or 6, actually more than that, probably like 5 or 6 cases into the game, and then the game broke. So I finally got back to the part where I was at, and I got past it. So now everything I'm seeing is brand new, and I can't just go off memory on how to solve most of these cases anymore. So, because in most of the cases I was working, I remembered where all the evidence was pretty much. I had a pretty good memory on this game. So now I'm like, it's getting very exciting because I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm working these cases and like, who's the suspect? I'm eyeing people up. I'm like, this dirty rat, he's a liar. He killed his wife. I know it. So the game is really good. They should have made a sequel. They need to make a sequel. They can still make a sequel. It's kind of like True Crime, but I don't know, like more realistic feeling. And it's a Rockstar game, so it's just, their games are just so good. Let's be honest, their games are the shit. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoy the gameplay. Hit the like button, the subscribe button. I'm gonna blow this guy's head off real quick. Twitter.com/ValRico, Gab.ai/ValRico. And I'm out of this bitch. Peace.